Charles Darwin was a young man with a passion for the natural world. From a young age, he was fascinated by the intricate details of plants, animals, and the environment around him. His curiosity often led him to explore the countryside, collecting specimens and making detailed observations. This early interest in nature would set the stage for his future endeavors and groundbreaking discoveries. In 1831, at the age of 22, he embarked on a life-changing voyage aboard HMS Beagle. This journey was not just a simple expedition, it was an opportunity for Darwin to immerse himself in the natural world in ways he had never imagined. The Beagle was set to chart the coastlines of South America, and Darwin was invited to join as the ship's naturalist. This role allowed him to study and document the diverse ecosystems they encountered. This journey would take him around the globe, exposing him to a wealth of biodiversity that would forever shape his thinking. From the lush rainforests of Brazil to the arid deserts of Argentina, Darwin was constantly in awe of the variety of life forms he encountered. Each new environment presented unique challenges and opportunities for study, and Darwin meticulously recorded his findings in his journals. Little did he know, this voyage would plant the seeds for one of the most revolutionary scientific theories in history, the theory of evolution by natural selection. As he observed the adaptations of species to their environments, he began to question the static view of life that was prevalent at the time. His observations of finches in the Galápagos Islands, for example, revealed subtle differences in beak shapes that were perfectly suited to their specific diets. Darwin's voyage was a pivotal moment in his life. It was a period of intense learning and reflection, where he was able to connect the dots between his observations and the broader patterns of life on Earth. The vast distances traveled and the diverse ecosystems explored provided a comprehensive view of the natural world that few had ever seen. It was during this 5-year expedition that he began to question the prevailing beliefs about the natural world. The idea that species were immutable and created in their current form was deeply ingrained in the scientific community. However, Darwin's observations suggested that species could change over time, adapting to their environments in ways that enhanced their survival and reproduction. He observed incredible diversity in plants and animals, differences that seemed perfectly suited to their environments. The variations he noted were not random, but appeared to be finely tuned to the specific conditions of each habitat. This led him to consider the mechanisms that could drive such adaptations, laying the groundwork for his later work on natural selection. These observations sparked a curiosity in Darwin that would drive him to unravel the mysteries of life's origins. He collected countless specimens, took extensive notes, and engaged in deep contemplation about the interconnectedness of life. This voyage was not just a journey across the seas, it was a journey into the very essence of biological diversity and the processes that shape it. Darwin's experiences on the HMS Beagle would ultimately lead to the formulation of his groundbreaking theory, forever changing our understanding of the natural world. Imagine sailing across vast oceans, the salt spray on your face, the sun beating down on the deck, the rhythmic creaking of the ship's timbers, and the endless horizon stretching out before you. This was the life of Charles Darwin as he embarked on a journey that would change the course of science forever. This was Darwin's reality as he journeyed to remote corners of the world. Aboard the HMS Beagle, Darwin traveled to places few Europeans had ever seen. The journey was long and arduous, filled with both moments of awe and challenges that tested his resolve. From the lush rainforests of Brazil to the towering Andes Mountains, Darwin meticulously documented the wonders of the natural world. He collected fossils, each one a piece of the puzzle that would eventually lead to his groundbreaking theory. The diversity of life he encountered was staggering, and he took detailed notes on everything he saw, observed strange and wonderful creatures, many of which were unlike anything he had ever seen before. These observations were not just casual glances. Darwin spent hours watching the behavior of animals, noting their interactions and adaptations. and marveled at the intricate relationships between organisms and their environments. He saw how plants and animals were perfectly adapted to their surroundings, each playing a role in the delicate balance of nature. These insights were crucial in shaping his ideas about natural selection. Each new discovery fueled his curiosity and pushed him closer to a profound realization. Darwin's notebooks were filled with sketches, observations, and questions. He was driven by an insatiable desire to understand the natural world, and every new piece of information brought him closer to the answers he sought. The natural world was not static, it was in a constant state of change. Darwin began to see patterns and connections that hinted at a deeper truth about the origins and evolution of life. His journey was not just a physical one, but an intellectual voyage that would lead to one of the most important scientific theories of all time. The Galápagos Islands, a volcanic archipelago off the coast of South America, proved to be a turning point in Darwin's journey. Here he encountered a remarkable array of unique species, each adapted to its specific island environment. Giant tortoises with shells shaped by their island's vegetation, finches with beaks perfectly designed for their food sources. Darwin observed that while these species shared similarities, indicating a common ancestor, they had also developed distinct variations. These differences, he realized, were not random, but rather adaptations that allowed them to thrive in their unique habitats. Section 4. The Seeds of an Idea: Natural Selection. Upon his return to England, Darwin began to piece together his observations. He immersed himself in his notes, meticulously analyzing his findings. He realized that individuals within a species naturally vary, some possessing traits that make them better suited to their environment. These individuals, he reasoned, would be more likely to survive, reproduce, and pass on their advantageous traits to their offspring. This process, which he called natural selection, gradually led to the evolution of new species, each adapted to its particular niche. Section 5. Survival of the Fittest: Adaptation. Darwin recognized that the environment played a crucial role in shaping the course of evolution. Organisms were not passively shaped by their surroundings, but actively engaged in a struggle for survival. Those with traits that gave them an edge in this struggle were more likely to survive and reproduce, passing on their beneficial adaptations to future generations. This continuous process of adaptation and selection, Darwin argued, was the driving force behind the diversity of life on Earth. Section 6. On the Origin of Species, a groundbreaking publication. In 1859, after years of meticulous research and contemplation, Darwin published his groundbreaking work On the Origin of Species. This book, a culmination of his observations and insights, sent shockwaves through the scientific community and beyond. In it, Darwin laid out his theory of evolution by natural selection, providing a compelling explanation for the diversity of life and the interconnectedness of all living things. He argued that all species, including humans, had descended from a common ancestor, challenging the long-held belief in the fixity of species. Section 7. A Storm of Controversy: The Initial Reception. Darwin's theory was met with a mixture of excitement and outrage. When On the Origin of Species was published in 1859, it sent shockwaves through the scientific community and beyond. The book challenged the established norms and questioned the very essence of human existence. It wasn't just a scientific text. It was a revolutionary manifesto that dared to suggest that life on Earth was not static but constantly evolving. Some scientists embraced his ideas, recognizing the elegance and explanatory power of his theory. They saw in Darwin's work a unifying principle that could explain the diversity of life on Earth. These early adopters of Darwinism were often young, progressive thinkers who were willing to challenge the status quo. They held spirited discussions in academic circles, eager to explore the implications of natural selection and evolution. Others, however, were deeply critical, clinging to traditional beliefs and rejecting the notion that humans could have evolved from apes. For many, Darwin's ideas were not just scientifically controversial, but also morally and religiously offensive. They saw his theory as an attack on the divine creation of man, a cornerstone of many religious doctrines. Public debates were heated, with traditionalists vocally opposing the new scientific ideas. The publication of On the Origin of Species ignited fierce debates challenging deeply held religious and philosophical views. The book became a lightning rod for controversy, drawing attention from theologians, philosophers, and the general public. It wasn't just a scientific debate, it was a cultural and ideological battle that questioned the very foundations of society's understanding of life and existence. Darwin's work became a focal point for discussions about the nature of humanity, the role of God in creation, and the very foundations of our understanding of the world. It spurred a wave of intellectual and cultural shifts, influencing not just biology, but also theology, philosophy, and even politics. The initial reception of Darwin's theory was a complex tapestry of acceptance, rejection, and everything in between, setting the stage for ongoing debates that continue to this day.